Right, it's telling me we're live, but I never trust it. But we'll just roll with it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this month. We say month. It's not always every month, but we hope it to be. The Club 52 stream about the game we've all been playing. And when I say all been playing, I'll bring some people in because I'm no good at these intros and want to get this over with quickly. So, who are we going to bring in first? Oh, we'll bring in Gordon. How do you, Gordon?
How you doing? You all right?
Yeah, all good, all good. I would like to say I'd ask you how you are in that, but I've already done that. So off the stream, the people need to know. Of course they do.
Just in time.
How are you? Right, yeah. I've only had one swig of beer, so it's going to be an awkward stream. It'll be awkward the entire time. Who else do we have with us? Let's have a look. Oh, Eddie.
Hello.
Howdy doody.
What are you doing in my living room? What's going on? It's like Noel's house party all over again.
Right. There's going to be one more person in a minute. After Scott. Hello, Scott.
I do.
Oh, we hope there's one more coming. So, how is everybody? Anything you want to say before we start talking about the game? Which I won't introduce just yet.
No.
Happy to have everyone here. Let's have a good chat.
Hi.
Yeah, we are hopefully waiting for Mr. John Bunday.
He did say he's in backstage. Is he not there now?
He's not here yet. Oh wait, hold on. He is. Here he is. I've realised I can scroll up and down on the amount of things I've got at the bottom. Didn't know it was scrolling.
There we are.
Yeah.
How do?
It's a bit quiet though, isn't it?
Nothing bad. I'm just ignoring you, letting you faster down there. Right. Okay. We're here to talk about.
Well, you appear to have no sound, mate. Nope.
He still has no sound.
No, he had sound. It was very low. It was very low.
How about now?
There we
Oh,
go.
that's better.
There we go.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to unplug the mic that doesn't work.
Why is a mic that doesn't work plugged in?
Because it is the headset I use for like work meetings and things. So, but this pit is absolutely fucked. So, and work haven't replaced it. So,
okie dokie. Right. Well, what game are we here to talk about? It's F.I.S.T. or Forged in Shadow Torch is its full name. It's one that I haven't opened because
Can we get the steelbook's glorious?
It does look good, but I feel bad I don't need to open it. Hold on, we'll zoom it in. Right to zoom it in. When I work out how.
I got a steelbook for the Switch as well. Tiny.
I'm a filthy.
Do you get stickers in it as well?
There you go.
Physical.
Did you get stickers in yours, Gordon? Because yours doesn't look like it's big enough to fit them.
Yes.
Next question is how to remove so low.
And 3 lithographs. I think we spoke about this in the chat, but this was that upside down. This appears to be the only edition of the game you can get. Is this limited edition? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there a standard edition without this free stuff?
I did have a look, but I couldn't find one. But
yeah,
I'm guessing the Switch one can't come with them unless it's more.
And strangely enough, you can't get a physical version on the Xbox. I found. Is that right as well? You can only find it on Switch, PS4 and 5. Although the reason I got the PS4 version is you get the PS5 upgrade as well.
Yeah.
I just think it's given these days there's no Xbox physical.
Yeah. For most PS4 games now that got released after PS5, pretty much get it for free.
Yeah.
Not all. So Gordon, what comes free in the Switch edition? Because that doesn't
the same.
Fit them in.
Just small.
Exact same. Aye, you get the stickers. Then you get the 3 lithograph things, the postcard kind of things.
They just look a little bit shrunk down compared to.
Yeah, the exact same.
I was expecting a big fold through the middle of them. What every collector wants. Okie dokie. Well, I'll put a trailer up first, shall I? So people know what this game even is. I've got one ready. So somewhere. Here it is.
Cicero, you're a traitor to all partisans. I'll knock some sense into you.
I mean, that's
Quality
pretty
of that
exciting.
looks like shit the bed on
this
this
is
end.
what you was playing. I was playing a different fisting game.
I bet you were.
Wait for John's for that big rubber fist. To be honest, that trailer doesn't tell you anything, but it shows pretty much the entire game.
Aye.
Yeah, I was thinking some spoilers in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a bit odd. But I will say, we never really start with like the story of the game. We always come in about halfway through trying to work it out. And we always go to John, because he's the one that remembers the stories of everything. Do you remember the story of this?
Well, yes, but I mean, before we get to the game, why did you pick it?
I've just always thought it looked cool. I've always heard it's a good Metroidvania. That is literally the only reason. And
Okay.
when I originally was going to pick it for last year, it was on Game Pass, but then they removed it. I didn't realise.
Oh, is it on there now, is it?
Yeah, but I saw it was on PS Plus, so I thought I'd give it a go. But
Right, so you want the story?
we do, but I want to. I've got something to show before that as well, because we always go to you. We've got this little introduction for you.
I wasn't aware of this.
Not much.
No.
Yeah, you're definitely not coming for me for the story. Yeah, it was something happened. I think there was maybe a rabbit in it.
So, okay, names I'm terrible with, so don't expect accurate ones of those. But you play the rabbit, whatever his name was, and 6 or 7 years ago, you fought in the resistance against the Legion. You see, the people of this world are known as the Furtisans. Furtisans? A bunch of animal people. And a bunch of robots came, and you were part of a unit to fight them. And we find out during a flashback that one of your colleagues basically knocks you out and decides to go and, YOLO it himself. And you think he's dead. But it turns out, and this is very early in the game, so it's not really a spoiler, but no, he's now a horrific android because his head is now the body of a robot, and he's leading the Legion, or a part of the Legion, and they are trying to find a powerful gem that will be able to allow them to take over the world fully, even though they're in charge. Or do more shit, who knows. But, so, you are like, I'm old, I'm out, peace out. But all your friends just try to get you to come back in. And then you are forced to get involved because your friend gets kidnapped. A la, like, it's kind of like, East Germany, kind of like in the 80s. So you decide to go and break him out, and shit goes from there. In Metroidvania fashion. Does that...
That's a pretty good summary.
I mean, obviously, things go on from there, but I'm trying not to spoil.
Yes. All right. I don't like hearing my own voice, so let's start with what people thought of the game, and if you finished it, what you played it on, everything. I'm gonna start with Gordon.
So I played it on the Switch. I think that was the wrong decision. I think I should have went for the PS4 version, to be honest with you. I think I mentioned this in my last video. Like the graphics looked really washed out on the Switch because I've seen videos of it, and it looked like the colours popped a bit more on the PS4 version. I did like the game. I don't think I liked it quite as much as a lot of you guys liked. You guys really liked it. I thought it was all right. I thought it was a good game. I think it lacked something. I couldn't really put my finger on it. I don't know what it was. There was a bit of charm that was just missing from it. So I did think it was good though. I think there was parts of it. I didn't think it was like as smooth as like Metroid Dread. I didn't think the chase part was as good as like the Ori games do the chase part. I'm sounding very negative here, but it was good. It was good, and I found it really hard. I thought some of the bosses were just solid. Like I think one of the first bosses was who was it? Rage and Fury, the two guys. They just kicked my arse so bad for ages.
What did you start on then, Gordon?
Sorry?
What difficulty did you start Dom? Did you
It's just the default.
Normal.
Like I didn't change it. Aye. So yeah, that was my thoughts. I did think it was good. But I thought towards the end, it was a bit of a chore to get through it. I thought because it was just kind of tough. And at the end, there was a guy, Yokozuna. Like he made me drop the difficulty. He was just insanely hard, so hard. And then the end boss, I couldn't imagine putting the difficulty back up for him because I just thought he was tough as well, even on the easiest setting.
The end boss was way easier than the Yokozuna dude, I thought.
I was the same. I think they were same in a different way. The thing is, with me, when I got to the Yokozuna boss, I wasn't expecting the difficulty just to like raise up like that because, like you say, like the bosses were all difficult. I don't think it's that difficult game. I don't think I've died more than once, maybe twice on a boss. It was like figure out what to do and then just kill it. And a lot of times I just killed them in one go. Except when Yokozuna came, I was just like kind of minding my own business. He comes along, kicks my ass. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, what happened there? And then he just kept kicking my ass. And I put him in.
I think he had like three stages to him. I think, didn't he? Like three parts to him. He was just tough. He was just so tough. Aye.
Yeah, because I mean, for most of the bosses, my tactic was usually if I struggled. Well, okay, as I play through the game, once I started unlocking new abilities, I would then go to past the map I hadn't been to. So usually when I got to a boss, I would normally have like more health or could do more SP kind of attacks. So usually that would get me through boss battles after a couple of attempts. Whereas with that one, I died to him the most. But by the time I finally beat him, I realized I was noticing his tells because he would normally like take a couple of seconds to like power up an attack, and so it gave you time because by that point you had the upgraded dash, so you can dash through and go to the other side of him. But before him, I would always rely on SP moves to kind of like against the boss, but he would always just attack me during those, so I'd always die. So I just had to just use normal attacks instead. And then it's just like case of dash through, attack, dash through, attack, and just keep repeating that over and over. And just kind of like, when he jumps up and holds up in the air, it's like you have to keep to the side because he does go from like left to right otherwise. So you can avoid that. But it's learning the pattern, but it's a more difficult pattern compared to the others. I died to him the most out of all the bosses.
Yeah, I think when I actually beat him, I only used like one health regen. Like you said, it's like it's just learning the patterns, and it's like what I think as well. What for me, I don't know about you guys, but what weapon did you use the most? Because I used the fist.
Just
The
fist.
whip.
I originally used the fist until when I was streaming it, and Paul Ink Northerner said, use the big like helicopter blade thing.
Oh, yeah.
And when I started using that, like a 3-hit combo would destroy most things. Like it made it, if you could land it, it ended up with this like stupid move that went on for about 10 seconds and just wiped out everything. So you could take out half a boss's health in like one combo if you could land it.
Okay.
I barely use combos because I struggled to like pull them off. The only time I ever used them was because for the training, and that was it.
Yeah, I used to use charge attacks quite a lot. Most of my playthrough was all charge attacks.
Yep.
So yeah, I think as well with Yokozuna for me as well, I started using the whip just before him. So I thought I kind of associated that to like losing to him because I wanted to beat him with the whip, and then I went to the fist mode and I could beat him again quite quick because I find like the combo for the fist just annihilates everyone. It's amazing.
Whereas for me, I wanted to use the whip because it was more ranged than the other two, where you had to get up and close, so they could have a chance to like knock you back. Because of the whip, you couldn't do it from a bit of distance.
But there's not much.
Great for grunts. You could just juggle them around all the time.
And you could jump out. I suppose as well. You could just jump over, and you didn't even have to worry about where it was aiming. It would like auto aim. But I just felt like the power was just so low on it. It just wasn't fun.
You played on PC, didn't you, John?
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. I was playing on PC, and because this is a older PC, the gameplay was never affected, but textures were definitely like low quality. I can't remember if I sent a screenshot at one point or not, but like your character and like the enemies, everything, those were fine, but there's like a lot of background stuff. Yeah, I think I sent a picture of like a background where there's normally like advertisement and things, and it's just like color, and that's it. You can't make out what it is. But like, I'd rather they reduce that than affect like the gameplay speed, because a game like this, if you suddenly see performance hits, you're like especially against a boss, you know, like you're being taken out because you're shitting the bed performance wise, then yeah, I'd rather just deal with bad backgrounds instead.
Yeah, the PS4 had a few loading, like it wouldn't load the backgrounds in. You'd be able to run through on nothing rather than like,
oh really?
whole map would just pop in.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was that on PS4? Like the
PS4, yeah.
Yeah. See, I used the PS4 disc, but I did the free PS5 upgrade, and it was just quite a beautiful game, to be honest.
So
frame rate
So
was
Scott,
great.
what did you play it on?
So yeah, originally I played this game on Game Pass last year for my 52 challenge, and I got the 1000G, finished it there, really enjoyed it. So it's like I wanted to get a physical version, and I found this on one of my game hunts. I think it was like, yeah, definitely go for this one because it got the upgrade. So I played it obviously the PS4, but I played it on the PS5, and I'm sure I downloaded the PS5 patch and played that. But then after I looked at it in the trophies, it says I've played the PS4 version. So I've somehow played the PS4 version on the PS5, but not the upgrade. I don't know how I've done it. So yeah, I played the PS4 version basically on PS5. So I've still got the PS5 version, I guess, to get. So I'll go through it again because I love this game. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're different achievements for the PS4 and PS5.
Yeah.
Oh, is there?
There should be two lists. There normally is. If you get an upgrade, you get the PS4 trophy list and the PS5 trophy list.
I'll double check it. I'm pretty sure.
On games I've done before, I've just finished Stray, and that was a PS5 list, even though it was a PS4 game, and I can go through it again on the PS4. So I was expecting this to be the same, but it just says I've played the PS4 version. I don't know.
Yeah, I just checked it. There is a list for PS5 and PS4.
Yeah, so somehow I've downloaded the PS5 patch, but not played the PS5 version.
So Scott, when you download like an upgraded version, you get two icons at the top.
Yeah.
Like that you can select between. So you probably downloaded it and then went straight into the PS4 original icon.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, something like that. But, I mean, I'll play it again on my next year's 52, and I'll do it 3 years running.
I've just noticed as well, if you can get an American copy, you can stack it again. You can get 3 platinums out of this game.
But yeah, like Eddie, I pretty much never used the whip. It's not a weapon I could get on with. I pretty much just used the fist. The drill a little bit for certain enemies or certain parts, but yeah, pretty much just use the fist. I've got a couple of combos down, which just like Eddie said, just annihilates most things. When I played this first on the Xbox, I played it normal. I did just play this one on easy mode just because I wanted to get through it, get the trophies, and make sure I'd played the game before the stream, and literally blitzed through it. I didn't die once. Wow. Easy is easy, like just absolutely smashed through it. But I already knew the game, like having played it before, so I was aware of what was coming up, how to deal with bosses and that kind of stuff, and yeah, just absolutely rinsed through it. But thoroughly enjoyed it. I think it's a great game.
Talking of, you say you're going for the trophies and the achievements. Did anyone else get all trophies or achievements? I did the platinum on it. So
yeah, I did get the platinum as well. Yeah, so now platinum it and 1000G'd it, and then next year I'll get my second platinum on it.
No, I'm not hardcore enough for that.
I say
Gordon
gets to dodge this one.
What was that?
You get to dodge that one, don't you? You didn't have to.
Which doesn't
struggle
have
for the rest.
I know. If I had the PS4 version, I would go for the platinum, but unfortunately, I get the Switch version. So
I think the only
I'm tempted to go do
relatively difficult stuff on it. I think we'll all agreed a little bit in the chat was the training mode towards the end. Some of the combos that it has you doing that you will never ever use in the game. They're ridiculously complicated, ridiculously long, and just so precise. But yeah, you have to do the combat mode to not only get a trophy for doing the combat mode, but it also unlocks stuff as you go through the modes. So extra health items and bits like that. So it's worth doing them for them health items and stuff to if you are struggling on the harder difficulties. But yeah, other than that, most of the trophies it's pretty simple, just 100% the game basically. Every area, get all the collectibles and complete it.
I'll give it. There's some collectibles that are pretty hidden that you'd never realise.
Yeah,
Like random NPCs you
They're
have
on
to
the
talk
map,
to
for
multiple times, or
yeah. I think the worst one is the one in the wastes. Is it the waste in the top corner of the map, the snowy bit?
No,
There's a drill sergeant you have to talk to multiple times, like keep leaving the area and coming back to get a poster or something.
Yeah, you have to count out. Well, relay back how many times he's been counting or something, don't you?
Yeah, you have to.
You have to keep going backwards and forwards to it, and it's really bizarre.
Yeah, so you won't be able to just figure that out just normally then. Because I'm just looking at it as well, like 5 parries in a row. I mean, that's another thing. Did anyone parry much in the game?
Literally just a trophy.
Only for that. That trophy.
Yeah, because when I got it, I was like, that's pretty cool. Because like how you parry is like you use your right thumbstick, and I thought that was quite a cool idea, and then never used it again.
It was like pretty well if you go for it. Like parrying 5 times in a row is real easy. I did it first try, but
it's the right thumbstick. But I thought it was the left thumbstick.
It's the left. It's the left one. You basically run into them as they're attacking you.
Oh, was it right? Okay.
That's why it's not working for you, Eddie.
That's why it's not working. Yeah, shit, man. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing that really pisses me off about this game, and it's not just this game. It's like 2D games in general. Using the analog sticks for a 2D should just be banned. It should never be, unless there's a whole good reason for it to be like that, then fair enough. But it wasn't a good enough reason just to be able to change for your abilities, because you could do that another way and probably was the better way.
The only reason I think they made you use the analog stick is, you know, when you get the whip and you have to fire yourself at like precision bits through the air.
Oh yeah,
that is the only reason I think they make you use a stick. Other than that, like you wouldn't have as much control over the directions, would you? With the D-pad.
That's a good point.
But it did bug me. I did fire it up and start initially try to use a D-pad and think this doesn't work. This is annoying.
Yeah, I can't go because I'd play it in like 1 or 2 hour slots sort of thing, and I'd go back. First thing I'd do is like change my weapon. Like fuck's sake, like just why am I not moving? But yeah, like I just come off playing another game that was even less reason for it, and that annoyed me too. It just seems to be a modern gaming thing. But fortunately, for some reason I've gone into another Metroidvania 3 in a row now, and that uses the D-pad, so all is good in the hood.
I think the time it takes to drink that carrot juice was so annoying as well, though.
Yeah,
like you have to stop and drink.
Yeah. For those who don't know, usually when you use a health item in the game, you just press the button and it activates. No, not in this game. You have to hold it down for a second, and during a very frantic fight or boss fight where you like, okay, I would like to heal, but I can't stop because if I stop, I'll get fucking hit. And the amount of times I died because of that.
Because a giant octopus was shooting you with a laser.
Yeah. So Gordon, you said as well, like you don't know what it is, why you can't put your finger on, like why you don't think it's a great game. It's a good, for me. I think it's a good game as well. But I don't think I think it could have been better. And one of the reasons is because for a Metroidvania, the skill tree unlock is terrible. Like you just get like extra weapons or combos, and I was always expecting like drinking the medicine quicker would be a skill tree unlock, and it never was. Because in a game it's usually you have a slow sort of like regen, but then you always like build up to like do like a quick regen, and I just find like I just didn't feel satisfied with the upgrade path.
Skill tree was literally just
annoyed
free
me.
weapons and unlocking combos, basically, weren't it? And then
the
skills that you unlocked, once you'd unlocked the base skills, it was just building on them skills, like the dash. You got the dash, then you got the multi-dash, and then dash through items, basically. I think
I wasn't too fussed about the actual skill tree. I was annoyed by the way you have to unlock it. You have to collect those data discs, which are collectible.
Discs,
So I don't understand the point in paying for them. Like the amount of times you'd have to get the data disc and the money But you might as well just use the data discs. 'Cause
Yeah.
I always had the money.
Did you guys find a good like place to like spam money or like just mine money sort of thing?
Yes. I found one on the internet.
did
Basically,
you?
it's you fight one of the like mini bosses,
Mhm.
and when you've got your rocket launcher thing, you can kill him in like 2 hits. Then you have to back out and then reload it, and you could get like something like
Was that-
150 coins per like 20 seconds or something.
Oh,
Was
nice.
it near Old Town?
Was it near Old Town? It might have been near Old Town.
Yeah, because I might use the same one, but I stumbled upon that rather than.
Yeah, because I think if I was to go back and get the platinum, I would have to figure out where that is, sort of thing, because I think money generation is quite slow, and even worse is like the data disk sort of thing. Like, yeah, there's loads I need to get still.
Doing a lot of exploration though while you were playing, or were you just kind of like mainlining the story as such?
Yeah, so on that, like I was just mainlining the story. I didn't even realise you could go back and give your seeds back to that wee rabbit guy, or the wee whatever it was,
Yeah,
and you can go and get your health upgraded and stuff, and noodles and stuff.
Oh,
I didn't
really?
even think about that
So I
until
was
you mentioned it in the chat.
Going back
No,
and forth.
no wonder you needed to drop the bloody difficulty then.
I never bothered with the noodles apart from getting the last collectible or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They seem pointless. It's like you could pay money, which you don't get a great deal of, to have a small bit of extra health and lose it instantly.
Yeah, like to be fair, I did get the two extra health upgrade noodles to do the last boss, because the last boss, you said it was easier, but it wasn't. It wasn't easier.
It was easier.
It was cause like you'd start off and he'd like rocket launch you in your face before you've even fucking moved. And like and you already lost like some of your health already straight away.
See,
So
I found like earlier bits in the game a bit more annoying than towards the end, only because in my mind the dash should have always went through the enemies, and I'd get stuck behind enemies, and it pissed me off. And then when I realized you could upgrade it and dash through people, that made the game so much better.
Like for the end boss, I found that he was, and I was on easy at this point. I just thought he was relentless. He didn't stop attacking. Like he was attacking. Like
He was
it
the
was insane.
only one I used a lot of parrying against, because basically he attacked you so much, you just kept running at him. You kept parrying.
Did you have the special SP ability where you could freeze time?
No.
Because then that's
No, I got that right at the end.
Yeah, because you could use that to freeze time. So that means so you freeze time and the SP bar starts draining down. But while it's draining, you can do as many SP attacks as you can fit in at that time.
It's basically the big secret or end game content where there's 4 items to collect.
Like
fragments.
Yeah,
like it makes key, and there's a part in the game where you go down a big elevator and you have to go right to do
to the
left there's a door that's locked, and basically when you get the fragments you go in that door and it gives you the ultimate ability, which is, as John says, to stop time and just decimate everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
QI ability, but I don't know what that actually stands for.
So yeah, that's how during the final boss, you just freeze him and then just do SP attacks, and then you just have to dodge and hit him until it builds up again. And yeah,
I always found as well, like I didn't use all of my health upgrades on that one, but that was only not because I couldn't. Like I can't bloody get my words out. It's because like every time I bloody used my health upgrade, I'd lose my health straight away. So it was kind of pointless, just because he was so fast. So
it was
towards the end, for like the type of game it is, it was surprisingly difficult. But I don't know whether or not they wanted you to use all the combos. But who puts a Metroidvania with like Street Fighter level combos in it that you can't remember without looking at them?
I mean, they look good. They look pretty cool when you can pull them off. You just not going to use them.
But I don't think you could even juggle the bosses. A lot of it's like juggling people in the air, and I don't think you could.
I found with the bosses, if you did like a combo over like 3 or something, they would be able to counter it or like just hit you through it, sort of thing. And like, so you kind of as well, you get stuck in like animations as well. Like if you started a combo, you couldn't jump away from that, like you could some games.
Yeah, that took me a while to realize. Actually, as soon as you started a combo, you had to wait it out.
Yeah, you have to commit with them combos.
That's why I had to drop and just stick to basic attacks during that sumo boss because he would hit me while I was doing like an animation. And it's just like, well, go play the long game. But I mean, I think you gents have probably played a lot more Metroidvanias than I have. One thing that kind of stuck out for me, because I've mostly played Metroid games, haven't played Dread, is that you can't sequence break the game. And what I mean is, if you get an ability and you're a master of that ability, you can go to areas that you shouldn't be able to go to yet. Whereas with this game, they blocked you. Like, you have NPCs literally stopping you from progressing to the next area until you were ready to do that area. Like, you've done the cutscene or spoken to another character to say, oh yes, you can now go to this place. So you couldn't leapfrog the game. Is that?
I think it's because this game would be very easy to do that with. I found like the traversal and everything on this really smooth and really easy. Like, you can climb pretty much any wall until it tells you can't. So I think that's the reason you would genuinely just break the hell out of it, like way too much.
Well,
So I assumed it was
talking of which as
sure.
well, for Metroidvanias, it's very like signposted. Like you don't get lost in this game at all, except for the only times that I found I got myself lost is you have like 2 fast travel systems, and it was how do you get to point whatever using the right fast travel, because as well you go into the fast travel screen and you can't see that pointer anymore, and sometimes it's pointing somewhere there's no map for, so it's like, where the fuck do you go? Which one is it?
The fast travel is genuinely awful in this. It is like, no matter what it is, you're still going to be running across like an entire area to get to somewhere.
Yeah.
What they should have done is at the end of the game allow you to fast travel between save points rather than the actual like systems of travel. That would have made the game so much better.
Yes, yeah. Like games like that should be an unlock right at the end, just to kind of reward you and mop up achievements and stuff like that, I guess. But when it doesn't give you that option, it's like, what a cunt.
I think me and John played similar, as we were completing areas as we went. So once you got an area, I was making sure I got 100% on the area before getting into the next area, which obviously toned down the mop up at the end. Plus, you were more overpowered for the later game.
And that's why I only had to get money at the very end to get like the last few pieces, because I've been going and mopping up.
Yeah,
as I went.
I never actually struggled for the money. The only thing I had to grind at the end for the trophy was the one where you have to grab an air enemy and throw it into another air enemy. But I was aware of that from playing it last time, so I tried to get as much of that done previously going through the game. So I didn't have to do too many at the end, but still a little bit of a grind at the end.
So yeah, I went through and tried to clear every area as I was going, but even after I beat the game, when I was going back, I thought, like, I was looking at it because it gives you the percentage of each area, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've got 98% on that, and it would just be a tiny little cubby hole. There's one of them was like 70%. It's like the smallest vent I've missed, which opened this massive, great big underwater zone. Like, how did I miss that?
Some of us annoy as well. It's simple. It could be as simple as you need to open a door, and then that'll 100% it. Like,
yeah. There's quite a few doors that annoy me. Like, it says you can go one way or the other. Like, but you think, oh, I could go back around that way, and you get there and you realise that's blocked off by a switch that's underneath it, and you'd have to walk all the way back around the map to get to that switch to unlock this tiny little bit in the floor.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, I felt very cheated when I would go exploring and then you have to face like a mini boss. I'm like, okay, great. What I'm going to get for this? A poster.
Well, so what color was what? Because posters unlock colors for your weapons in your suit. So what color was you all? Did you have multiple color weapons, or
each one was
did you
different.
go all? I went all pink. I'm just gonna say.
I was gonna say I went for everything that could be pink.
I went for Pink Fist. That was it.
I think I had the blue and gold.
I was happy when I got a Pink Fist. That was game over for me. I was happy with that.
Yeah, I had blue and gold fist, red and gold drill, and then eventually the whip had the blue oily shimmer colour on it.
Get PS4, Callum. Go get the Switch.
We could pot noodle.
I'm never going to live it
lunches without
down.
it,
Everything
you
I
can't.
buy or play is just in pot noodle terms now.
For PC players, the Steam sale is currently still on, but I think might end tonight. So
Plus, if you just want to play it, it's on PlayStation Plus, so
What's that?
it's worth playing.
It
Oh,
is.
But you see, I mentioned as well in the last video as well, like the load times on the Switch. I die a lot, and so the load times to get back into the game was a bit of a drag as well in the Switch version.
Oh, really?
And I noticed that as well back in the day when I was playing Little Nightmares. Like the load times are just horrible.
So it's definitely a PS5 kind of game. So
Yeah, for sure.
talking
100%,
about
aye.
like the load times and everything like that, like graphically, what did you all think about it all? Because it's quite a beautiful game, but I think
oh, definitely.
the downfall for me was it was all a bit samey, even though there was like different areas and stuff like that. It was all a bit dark, doomy, sort of like. It was like a couple of places where like the added color, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But it was just a couple of places where I feel like that could have been integrated in the game a bit more to make the areas feel a bit more unique than they were.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think I thought it all felt a bit drab. Like I do get the setting of it. I understand the setting, but it could have done with something a bit more neon, like you did, like in the city area. But
because it's such a cool looking game, it just doesn't have anything memorable about it. It's weird because it's like, it's really, when you first start playing it, it's like, wow, look at this game, but then it just stays the same. There's like no excitement, like really.
I was impressed with the way it looked. I thought it was going to be a bit more budget, but it definitely felt like it was built for old Rule 34, didn't it? Like there were some people there who were making these anthropomorphic animals for, their own.
Hands up if you don't understand what Rule 34 is.
No, I don't know what that is.
I'm not going to explain what Rule 34 is. Well, Rule 34 is basically, if it exists, there's porn of it.
So there's a picture on the internet. Somebody would have made porn of it. So, and what he's saying is furry porn. So
yeah, it did have proper furry vibes, especially with the Catwoman that wasn't as catty as the rest of the animals.
she was pretty cool. They didn't do much with her though. That was the thing.
Yeah.
They had a cool cutscene with her, and you thought, oh, she's pretty nifty, and then nothing. There's nothing with her.
I mean,
She's pretty nifty. Rule 34.
A possible sequel at the end. So who knows?
I mean, okay. Anyone who actually wants to play a game and doesn't want to spoil it, mute for the next couple of minutes. Okay, because so we saw in the trailer where she falls down that hole. You immediately after go down the same hole. I know that we find out at the very end she's still alive, but you're thinking, shouldn't there be a body or something? So when you go down there, but
yeah, you're led to believe that she's killed off, and then at the end she remakes appearance in it. Is it after the credits as well? Is it?
Oh, because you leave that gem, the spark or whatever it's called, on the ground and walk off.
Yeah.
She's like,
she's from a clan of protectors. Is that right? And she's there to protect the spark.
Yeah.
You're a guardian of it, and I'd like to see a sequel to it. To be fair.
To be honest, it felt a bit like you're going after this artifact, then the artifact's gone. That was a bit weird. But yeah, overall, would you recommend the game to people out of curiosity? Or
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it really scratched that Metroidvania itch because I haven't played one for ages. Like, it's in 2D style, like Metroidvania, and I thought, okay, I probably won't do 100%. I'll just go through the story, yada. But then I was just like compulsively like, okay, I've got this map I can now go to. I'll go back and do this, and then and I was, my total playtime I think was about 24 hours. I think it was overall. Which I wasn't intending to put that much because when I looked up how long to beat, I think it said was it like 6 to 8 or 11 to 12 or something? It's like, okay, not too long, and then it's just like I've apparently doubled that. So it's just like. Yeah, I must have been.
I think I hit 17 hours for the platinum, something around that. But yeah, I got proper addicted to it. First I started playing it, I was like, "Oh, this is really cool." then I stopped playing, but I had no reason to go back to play it other than this. So I kept putting it off. But when I did go back to it, I couldn't put it down.
Yeah.
And then I beat the game and I said, "Oh, we've done it. I'm happy for the stream." Then I was like, "I gotta get the platinum now." And every night I was like, "Yeah, bit more, bit more."
Yeah, chip away at it.
Mhm.
I think it's a good introduction to people getting into Metroidvanias. Maybe I know some of us or some of you said you struggled with the last bosses, but overall it is an easier Metroidvania. And if you're wanting to dip your toes into the genre, just put it on easy and have a good time with it.
And if you want to do like a full completion, as in like platinum or 1000G, there is no achievement for what difficulty you beat the game on.
No,
So it doesn't
absolutely
matter.
no. Which is
Easy
why I
or-
played through this time on easy just to get it done.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can have a good time on it and just And
I could actually imagine it being a better time on easy.
yeah, it is just
Yeah.
a great just walk through it. And like Gordon said, you can change the difficulty in game. So if you find it too easy, ramp it up. If you find it too hard, ramp it down. It makes no difference. Play it your way. Yeah,
They just want
So
you
I
to.
think I think playing on easy would be quite fun because I do feel like the enemies were a bit of a slog to beat, and I think that was just so you could get your combos without just like smashing them all off in one go. But again, because there was no level with you like how hard you attacked and stuff like that. It was all the same enemies through the whole game pretty much. So that kind of made it a bit more samey, but it does help because the difficult spikes don't really happen too much up until Yokozuna right at the end. And I did like I liked maybe a spoiler as well. I did like right at the end you kind of go through like this hamster habitat sort of like enclosure sort of thing where you're like trying to figure your way through. It's like a puzzle, like where to get to, and like you have to open certain gates to go through certain tunnels. And I thought that was quite cool.
I enjoyed that puzzle. I didn't enjoy the battery puzzle in the ancient ruin.
In the ruin.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard in any way.
Going up, and you have to move side to side to open the.
That was a pain.
Yeah,
it annoyed me as well that the battery, no matter how many killed the enemies, if you had the battery was near, it would just resurrect them.
Gotta have a challenge. So speaking of challenge, I did not try it. Did anyone try the added in free DLC to the game?
Is that like the kind of one-on-one fighter thing? I'd seen it, but I didn't play it. I've seen the kind of character select, and then I pressed V and went back to the game. Aye.
So once I think it's after you beat the game, but in the very final area, that's like a portal or like a thing you can go through, and then suddenly it's just pretty much like it's like a boss, arena kind of thing, but it's souped up versions of what you face. Like I think the final boss is one of them, but like
I had enough of the bosses. I didn't want to go back and play the bosses.
I found it before going to the last boss.
Oh, okay. So
you can go through there. So I went through, saw the little arcade machine thing, whatever it was, looked at it and went, my heart sank. I was like, don't make me do no boss rush. None of that kind of stuff. I was terrified it was going to be tied to some kind of achievement.
Luckily, it wasn't.
It was not.
Yeah, because there are people like, even with like everything maxed out, like some of those bosses, or at least one of them, was so much harder than anything else. So it was just like so difficult.
I think I put it in the chat. For playing that mode, you do get some extra colours for your weapons, but
it's not tied to achievements. So.
Yeah, you don't need to do it. It's just an extra bonus, basically.
Yeah, it doesn't seem worth it.
I don't know what colours they are. I've not even looked them up. I didn't play it either.
If it lets you play as the Catwoman, there you go.
I'd play it if I could play as Catwoman. I'll play her again. She was interesting. But that's what I was saying. I just think it lacked a bit of charm. I thought the main character just wasn't. I didn't find him interesting. He was just so gruff for the sake of being gruff. I didn't think. Maybe it was just me. I'm just a very miserable person recently.
All weary veteran,
I didn't take to him.
I'll give it. There was definitely a lot of fisting innuendos in the game, though. I think I took a photo of one of it, but It was something like, "Oh, you can't take a fist" or something. I was like,
Something about going in the hole. So
yeah, you can't. Yeah,
in
something
that
like
hole. Like, yeah.
we've actually got pretty far without too much fisting innuendo.
We're not trying hard enough.
Yeah.
What did everyone think to music?
Forgettable.
Everyone.
I mean,
I
music.
I ended up putting on like my own music, like just because it was just so average. Just
What's the
background.
music? I can't remember.
Yeah, to be honest, I played most of it with Spotify
I've
going.
had a soundtrack, hasn't there? Aye.
Yeah, I think you get a digital soundtrack with the game.
Yeah, what waste of plastic.
Anybody wants it?
We'll make you. Oh, it's gonna make you full screen.
Oh, next time we should have like the soundtracks on in the background, so people could hear.
I mean, to speak to the soundtrack's defense, yeah, I think it's one of those things I've heard before where it says, if it's done very well, then you don't notice it. Whereas if it's done badly, then it actually detracts from the experience. So I think it's like where it's trying to be okay as background music, where it's not taking you out of what you're doing, like the combat and stuff. But as you say, it's forgettable because it's not really invoking much within you. Whereas if it had been actually bad, then, we were like, what the fuck is this? And slagging it off. I mean, that's
that works in like theory, unless you're Deadly Premonition. And the music in that is horrendous but amazing at the same time.
But that's that game in general is absolutely horrendous.
So bad, it's good.
Amazing.
Yeah, we should have chucked that into the wheel. I fucking love that game.
Never played it.
Yeah.
It's never too late for someone else to add it.
Don't play it on PC. Is the answer. The only one you should play is the Xbox one. Right. Do we have anything else we need to talk about with this game?
I mean, so okay, I think we started saying, do we all recommend it, or like I think we?
I would recommend it.
Definitely. What rating would you give it then?
I think I would recommend it for somebody who's looking for a Metroidvania game to play that's played Metroidvanias. I don't think I would recommend it as the first one. I think there's obviously a lot better Metroidvanias out there to play instead of that. But if somebody's looking for that itch, then why not? Yeah, it's a good game. I don't think it's a bad game. I really don't. I think it's good, but it's only good.
That's all.
I mean, so I would give it an 8 out of 10 myself. Like,
an 8, 7 or 8 out of 10. That's what it is.
7 or 8.
Honestly, I'll be there 7 or 8.
I'm a harsh 7 because like an 8 would mean there was a lot more things that were bad. There was just too much averageness going on.
Yeah,
average gameplay,
7 solid.
Poor music. Yeah, I think.
But that's the thing as well. Everyone would see a 7 and say, "Oh, a 7's not that good," but it is good. 7's a good score.
Seven's a game that I would recommend, but just has there's so many better games above it. To me.
Yeah, I get that.
If I see a 7 out of 10 in a review score, I play that over anything else.
When I was younger and I seen a 7 out of 10, I was like, nah.
Nah, it's just janky enough, and they usually would try something different. So.
Would you say there's anything different in this game that like it builds over other things?
The only thing I can think of different is adding that many combos to a Metroidvania that doesn't need it.
Yeah, I suppose.
But yeah, I was just, I said, impressed by the fluid. The movement was fluid. I thought, like, I could go through entire areas pretty much without touching the floor, and I love that.
There's an achievement for it.
There is one for doing certain amount of like flying things through the air in there.
Yeah, like 7 things. Yeah.
But yeah, genuinely, I recommend it. I had such a good time with this, and I don't know why. That's the weird thing with it. It doesn't do anything spectacular.
I mean, for me, I say an 8 because, like I said, I just got it so addicted to it to like just getting 100%. Like, it drew me in and made me play for for 24 hours, whatever it was. So that's why I'm more than an 8, because of the fact it just like got its hooks into me. Whereas
it's got the OCD completion itch to it that most Metroidvania.
I mean,
when they get into you.
Yeah, I mean, because I don't really get that with like I'm not like that with games generally. There are some where I'll go that extra step if it's not going to be too much of a ball ache. Whereas with this, it was like, oh, while it's going along, I immediately broke my rule of like, oh, I'm not going to try and mop up straight away. And it was like, oh shit, I actually want to. And then like, so exploring as much as I could as soon as I could. Whereas I was just going to try and mainline it because, you know, we've got the 52 challenge to do, you know, I should be playing other stuff. So
for me, it was definitely one of them where you're sitting down, you need a piss, and I'm like, right, I'll just go there and then I'll go to the toilet. But you get there and you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to do this little bit, or I'm just going to get that item. There's an item there, I'm going to get that. Before you know it, it's 3 hours later and
Yeah.
you've not been to the toilet. You're like, fuck's sake.
I thought you were going to say 3 hours later and you're surrounded by Lucasade bottles.
Yes. Then you can't get off the sofa because you're so much pain. Yeah, it's definitely one of them. For me.
See, I love a Metroidvania, but I always feel bad because I end up playing ones like this over, like, I've never finished the Ori games.
Oh,
I've never finished Hollow Knight.
Ori's amazing.
I've heard they're good.
I only
Like, see,
Super
sorry,
Metroid
I was mentioning remember the chase scene?
Mhm.
The chase scene really annoyed me because I know it's been done so much better than Ori. Ori's chase scenes are
Ori's
fantastic.
Yeah.
But the music swells up and everything, and it's
Yeah.
just beautiful. Aye.
Yeah, it's a
Ori's fantastic. Like, that's what I
set.
mean. I wouldn't recommend this over like something like Ori, but like not as a first Metroidvania. Like some said, I really want to get into the Metroidvania. I wouldn't say F.I.S.T. I would say Ori or Metroid Dread. Like, I think they're the peak.
See, I would have thought Ori'd be. I thought Ori was pretty difficult from what I played of it. So I didn't know
Ori
if it
can
was
be
the
hard.
first one, but
Yeah, Ori's good, man. Ori's so good.
I need to go back to it and finish it off. But I've got it on Xbox, and it's my year of PlayStation, so I can't do it yet.
I know. I played it on. I played the first one on the Switch, and I played the second one on Xbox. But they're so aye. They are.
Have we still got Dread in the wheel or not? Because I really want to play it. If we don't, I can
No,
play
I think you had it on, but I think we took it off.
I didn't put it in. Someone else put it in. I thought
Someone
you put
did. Someone did.
That's the whole reason I'm holding off is because I know it was on the wheel and I didn't want to play it before it came up on the wheel.
it. If it's not on the wheel, I can play it now.
Yeah.
Wait, when you want. Dread's so good, man. And again, it's not PlayStation, so I'm a hypocrite.
Speaking of the wheel, does that mean we're like at the point to spin it?
We nearly there.
I'm thinking, are we at the point? Let me make sure this actually works because
I'm nearly done with the
I
game. I'm playing,
literally-
so I need a game to look forward to and choose for me what to play next because I'm really struggling at the minute to decide what games to play. So I need.
And I've only got a couple of hours left of the Steam sale, so I'm like, if it's on there.
all right, so I can get ready to spin. Should we wait for Eddie to come back? I don't know what he's doing. He's
I'm
shall I
guessing-
just-
Getting fisted.
Nothing on the chat, so
right, we'll give it a spin. So
okay, drum roll.
New updated wheel. I need full screen.
I can't do it one hand. What is
Oh
that?
shit, that's fine.
El Shaddai.
Oh, El Shaddai.
El Shaddai.
El Shaddai. El Shaddai, as
Shaddai.
How calls it.
Whose choice is that?
That's
Scott's?
mine.
Aye.
Yeah, that's mine.
This is one I've actually played.
Yeah, so this
Cost
is
me
available
money,
on
man.
Xbox 360, PS3, and I would presume Steam. John, I'm sure you'll let me know.
Did it
Yes,
got a
and it's
Switch
not
release?
part of the sale.
I think it got a remaster on the Switch.
Oh, okay.
Let me have a look.
I don't know much about the game. It's a game I started, I think, not even done the first level, or maybe only done the first level. It looked interesting, but I put it down for other stuff. And I don't know, as I was looking for stuff to add to the wheel, I came across it and thought, you know what, I need to finish that. So I stuck it on the wheel. We can talk about it.
It also has a physical remaster on the Switch.
Yeah. It seems
Is
to
it
be
like a
some
hack and slash game? Is it?
first-person adventure.
Yeah, it's like a Devil May Cry
Aye.
action game.
Can
Cool.
we get a possible trailer?
I can find your trailer of it. Give me.
I was about to say I can share my screen if you want the Steam one.
Oh yeah, if you can do that, go for it.
Okay, cool. Share screen.
It'll be an interesting one to talk about because it's
Yeah.
got a very
Okay. Tell me.
Got a little bit of a religious kind of tone to
Right,
it.
I'm ready
Not
to
loose
wrap
at
up.
all.
Okay.
話をしよう。あれは今から36万、いや、1万4000年前だったか。まあいい。私にとってはつい昨日の出来事だが、君たちにとっては多分、明日の出来事だ。彼には72通りの名前があるから、なんて呼べばいいのか。確か最初に会った時は、イーノック。そう。あいつは最初から言うことを聞かなかった。私の言う通りにしていればな。
Come on.
まあ、いいやつだったよ。そんな装備で大丈夫か？大丈夫だ。問題ない。神は言っている。ここで死ぬ定めはないと。イーノック、そんな装備で大丈夫か？一番いいのを頼む。
There's a walkthrough video.
Okay. 神は言っている。すべてを救えと。
I remember it being like part 3D action game, 2D game, and odd racing section.
いや、私のサポートが心配なのか。いいんじゃないかな。あいつもよくやってくれてるしね。いや、君の頼みは断れないよ。神は絶対だからね。
Come on.
イーノック、人が持つ唯一絶対の力。それは自らの意志で進むべき道を選択することだ。お前は常に人にとって最良の未来を思い、自由に選択していけ。さあ、行こう。
いいの。私の可愛い子供たちが悲しみに泣いています。生きなさい、あなたたち。弟の仇を取るのです。
We won't have to play it soon.
ああ、やっぱり
Who the fuck put this wank in here?
Have you ever played it?
I've played it, yeah. It came out at a time where I was really loving my like 3D action adventure action games, but it like just did none of it. It was just boring. All you did was
The first couple of hours is literally running across like big white discs, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fucking boring. I didn't even finish it. I couldn't even finish it. It was just so average. Not even average.
It's one of those games that's like, it's not much like anything you've played after you get past the initial bit of it. I've never finished it, so I'll be good to go back to it. But It's weird. It says
Unique.
Enoch. Is it based on the story of Enoch or the book of Enoch from the Bible, or is it the Hebrew Bible? I don't know much. I don't know much about religion. So, but yeah, it's really bizarre. It's got like it switches up the gameplay all the time with like kind of racing, kind of 2D, 3D. It's just a very weird game. But
well, that's what I heard about it. I heard so many good things about it when it came out, like how weird it was, and I was just getting into all the CD51 games at that time as well. So I was like, so looking forward to it, and then I put it on and was like, what the fuck is it?
Is this one you've sold, Eddie, and now need to get back?
Yeah, no, I think I sold it like at the last event.
I might grab the PlayStation version.
I'll get the Switch version. It's just come out on the Switch, hasn't it? So
yeah.
I mean, there's a Steam review which may help with your decision if you want to play this game or not, which is, I can see why the Book of Enoch is apocryphal. That killer bod is making you think unholy thoughts.
There was that L'Oreal bit where he's like slow motion flicking his hair.
Yeah.
We shall see. We shall see.
This might be the quickest review yet.
What, for El Shaddadi or for fisting?
El Shaddadi. Oh my god, fucking El Shaddadi. That's oh my god.
When we come back to this, it has to be referred to as nothing but El Shaddadi.
Fucking El Shaddadi. Well, I hope Al plays it this time.
But we know he's got it.
Well, exactly, yeah.
Okay, so we know what we're playing next month. Well, in the following month. This month, what I'm saying, the next month coming. We are playing El Shaddadi.
So we've gone from fisting El Shaddadi.
Yep.
I mean, do people know what a Metatron is, by the way? Because it's called Ascension of the Metatron.
Isn't it like a voice of God or an angel of God?
It's the voice of God.
I know that because I really like Dogma.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I watched Dogma. Alan Rickman. Yes. Metatron.
A film that you could never get on any streaming service. And never bought.
Kevin Smith has now bought the rights from the Weinstein Company or whatever, so it's he'll be re-releasing it.
You know what I'm saying? It's one DVD I'll never ever sell because you literally can't get it anymore.
You will now be able to as of some point in the future.
I was going to say the Blu-ray is ridiculous money for it. Like I'm hoping that
great film as well though. It's a great film.
Great. Well, probably a remaster or something, won't there? Maybe.
Yeah, just a little less Nancy with the intro, the old Weinstein Company logo.
I can't remember if I've got it on Blu-ray.
Cool.
I think we've reached the end of this, haven't we? Does anybody have anything to say? Anything you're going to be doing on YouTube, or is it just a goodbye?
Well, I think Gordon might want to plug something.
Yeah, I think you might have something coming up.
Yeah, go on, Gordon.
What's that to plug?
Plug, as in, you've announced the next load of people who are going to be the Titans. Hid.
Oh, we've got the Titans are all lined up now. So we've got El Shaddadi himself, Big Game Al is coming up. Who else is coming? Dad and lads, Marcus and Tommy, and possibly Jake. Pete on Retro Tip, Retro Educate, and Feed Me Chicken. That's this year's Titans. Oh, I'll show you this as well. Have you seen this yet?
Ah, amazing.
So cool.
Look at that. How good's that? That's stunning, isn't it?
I don't think you've got room for it, Gordon. So if you want to send it around here, I can find it.
I'll find room for it. Love it. I really don't know where I'm putting it yet, but I'll find somewhere.
Gordon,
no joke, man. Out of everybody who could have got that, you deserve that.
Yeah. What's that?
Out of everyone who could have got that, you deserve that. Like,
cheers, man. Appreciate it.
Gordon, for those who may not know what we're talking about with regards to the Titans and why you have these other tubers joining you, what is it that you are going to be doing later this year?
The Tumby Titans is a charity drive for Glasgow Children's Hospital, and we're going to try and do it every year. Held up at the hotel where I work. we get to have one. I get one lodge given to me with 6 bedrooms, and I invite 6 YouTubers to join us.
And what date is it this year?
And there's loads of. I've got loads of stuff to give away, auction off this year. I've got a Mafia 3 Special Edition big box set, and I've recently got a Sega Saturn, which I need to fix up. PS4. I'll show you. I just got this recently. So I got a PS4 on Facebook Marketplace for 50 quid. And then we got an Xbox One as well, which was 20 quid on Facebook Marketplace.
Wow.
So I've got loads of like double games and stuff, so I'll bundle up loads of different console bundles, and
I
they'll be up
imagine
for
you'll get a
raffle
lot
and
more as well before then.
make a bit of money. Eh?
Yeah.
You'll get some more donations, but before then.
Aye.
I wish I
Yeah,
wish I saved some of my soil. You could have had some of my soil as a donation for my back garden.
What
it's going to
date
be
are you
good.
doing it, Gordon?
Looking forward to it. Hope you all tune in.
When is it?
The date.
When is it, John?
Do you
I can't
remember?
remember.
It's
Well,
well, if
first-
it's going to be the same
first of
time as
November.
last year. It's October,
1st of November.
1st of November. Okay.
1st of November.
Ages away. Ages away.
And as somebody who took part last time with Eddie and Scott, it's great fun. People
Oh,
should
it's
watch.
It's good fun.
You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
It's 24 hours of just doing something good. So
Yeah.
Be
I know,
interesting
it's
to
good
see
laugh.
what it's like on the other side, to be fair.
Yeah.
Aye.
This time.
yeah,
But Ross said he's going to wait. He's going to stay up 24 hours anyway, and just
I'll try. I will book time off and I will try and support the entire 24 hours.
Yeah, same.
Without the tenants this time. That was more helpful.
Yeah, you'll be on
tenants
something
is the key.
stronger this time.
in the Buckfast.
Oh, yeah.
To be fair,
Eddie and the
I'm
Buck
glad-
Fast.
I'm glad that we had tenants, because if we had anything stronger, I'd have been knocked out way sooner.
Oh, we
I know,
worked
it was really
out the
good.
next day with the vodka, Eddie.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, that's my usual sort of steam, you see.
Aye.
Implore
Right,
everybody to watch and contribute as much as possible to
Give for the children.
Listen, man. We raised a lot. We raised a lot more money than I thought we'd raise. To be honest,
Well,
yeah.
Honest, when it kept coming in, I was like,
And it kept coming in towards the end, on the last stretch, the last couple of hours in the morning. You know, Tutti UK and Al, they were in that chat and constantly. They were brilliant, man. Everyone was brilliant. Retro Ed was class as well. He was pushing it, and it was so good, and it was great to see everyone come together and just doing something for a really good cause.
I wonder if
We
you're going to
had
have
a
someone as
video
good
out
as
in which
Mrs. Bear that was
had
like,
an interview with someone from the Children's Hospital showing you like what's being done with the money. So people should go and watch that to see how their donations are actually having a positive effect on these children's lives.
Aye, yeah. I know, but I did that and released the video. I went up, and it was really good to see, but it was also really sad. You know, it was a really sad kind of. Aye.
it's one of those things that you don't think you should be raising money for because it shouldn't be happening, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like kids shouldn't be going through the stuff they're going through. But if you can make it better.
There's a lot of unfortunately necessary equipment that they get and everything, and it was it was nice, but it was eye opening, like at the same time, to go up and see what they go through and what they do from a day to day kind of thing. The volunteers and the nurses and things, and
Yeah, well, I say I'm somebody who spends my time raising money for charity. I see the other side of things, and you think you see where the money goes, and you're like, people might think you're just trying to push just for money, but it does actually go to help people.
Oh yeah, aye, for sure, 100%.
Anyway, on that note, we will end this now. I think. Have fun, people. Nobody wants to plug anything other than that, by the sounds of it. Right, we're buggering off. Have fun.
Have a fixing good night.
Oh, yes. Oh, I can't even go back for a fisting session. I finished it. Have fun, people.
Bye.
Ciao.